Please prepare yourselves for the trivia questions. Counselors, assistants for the questions.
Join the camp. I give him only one more time. Clyde can't hear only yet. Are you enjoying the camp? Clyde, you hear them? Right, win again. Who are you representing? 2, 3. Nice. Well, know something like what they eat. Well, enjoy your lunch. Right, so we are having a very exciting second half. We're starting with the trivia questions first. So get your thinking caps on. We're going to call somebody from the team. Get some points for your team. Right? Right. Okay, so not because the counselors leaving, that means that you all are going to get this orderly. Stay right where you are seated. And the questions.
We're going to start off with the use of your body parts, but it's riddle questions. Anybody that has the answer, just raise your hand. Your team gets a point. Fair enough? Ready? First question. Listen carefully. Which country has the most World Cups? One person from the red team. Brazil is correct. Next question. Listen.
Alright, keep it down and listen to the question.
What year did Trinidad and Tobago qualify for the World Cup? Somebody from blue team. That's correct. Next question. Who scored the winning goal for us to qualify for the World Cup? One person from yellow. One from yellow. One from orange. One from green. One from red. Anybody from white?
So I'll give you a hint. He's not short. We're just gonna hint. He is not short. So come on. I'll give you a next hint. He is from the Nova community. Red come. Better get it right. You get 2 hints.
know.
So it's not Brent Sancho. Brent Sancho got his hair pulled. So we're going again. This is an easy one.
Alright. So we'll come back to that question. Next question. Listen in. White team, you'll send somebody, right? Who is the current president of Trinidad and Tobago? Somebody from white.
Hold on, somebody from the white team. Where is the white team? In case you didn't hear the question, who is the president of Trinidad and Tobago? The president. So we're going again. Which color team? Yellow. Somebody from the yellow team. That's correct. Okay, get back in.
Who is the oldest soccer mom in Trendsetters Horns?
Take your seats and she will ask the question. Take your seats, everybody.
The 31st of August.
Correct. Right, that was correct. Orange team. Question for orange team. Everybody quiet so that you can hear the question.
What day do we celebrate Republic Day?
What day do we celebrate Republic Day? Question for which color?
Orange team.
Orange team.
Right in front.
What day do we celebrate Republic Day? Give you a hint. It ain't going yet.
Come orange. You need to try.
What day is Republic Day celebrated? So we come in. You? He said 8 o'clock.
I'll give white team one more try.
Mike, getting one more try.
8 o'clock in the spot.
Alright, get your seats. Now call it the
Alright, President. First, I get your full name.
Okay, as Anthony Wickham, better known as Coach Dada.
Tell us about yourself first.
Okay,
As president.
well, let me just start as saying that I started coaching at the age of 16, while I was attending the Southeast Port of Spain Secondary School under the instructions of Mr. Arthur Jabbrong. Right? Trendsetters actually started in 1978, where we members of the Wolves United football team, and we decided to leave that team and come and form Trendsetter Hawks because of the injustice that we was getting, and we find that players was being set aside because of size and so forth. So we decided to found this team at the age of 13 years, myself and a couple of other players. So we pulled away, and Trendsetters Hawks was born at that time. So Trendsetters was actually started in Picton Road, Dan Kelly, and after a couple of years we left from there and we kind of moved down to St. Joseph Road, where we was based for a portion of a couple of years. Okay, from then we did started at under 13 team, where the actual name of the team was just Trendsetters, right? And while we going along, we had some young members start coming in, some 9-year-olds and so forth, and we decided to do 2 teams. So we were actually, one team was called Trendsetters and the other team was called Hawks. But as time go along, we decided to merge that into one name, and there is where the name Trendsetter Hawks came about. Over the years, we were operating as just as a football club. But as time go along and players start trickling into the club in different age groups, we then see the need to start looking at ahead where we could form an academy. And that is where we decided, okay, so because of the amount of people coming into the club, we decided, okay, it's time for you to move from being a club and into the line of our academy.
Yeah, my name is Edwin Jones, and I'm the Vice President of Trendsetters Hawks. And I just recently joined the club, and I work in the capacity of Vice President of Operations. So from an operational standpoint, I support the President of Operations as well as all the other administrative and managerial aspects of the club in terms of organization, in terms of structure and policy and different types of things. But often on the field, supporting with the children as part of the coaching to support in terms of making sure the setup, the breakdown activities for the children is done. And even like setting up on the planning and execution of what we did here with the 2 days camps with the 100 children, organizing and set up of that. So my activities is really based around those types of initiatives.
What made you become a member of Trendsetters? How did you find out?
I became a member of Trendsetter Hawks through my son. My son is also a member, a player with the club, because my son needed a space that was holistic for his development as a player and as a child and as a person overall. When I came to Trendsetter Hawk, I saw that opportunity here, and I also saw opportunity that I could have given to the club from my skill set to help the club develop.
Hi, President Dion Lafoucault, former Technical Director of the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association. Well, I've known about Trendsetter Hawks for many, many years, and we've actually played against each other in different tournaments, and of course I moved abroad and then came back as technical director. I'm very, very impressed, very, very organized. They've stressed a lot on discipline, as Edwin just talked about, the holistic approach, very, very impressive. You know, I came today, I got invited to come and see what the kids are doing, and what was very impressive is the level of organization. And I know Trendsetter Hawk has quite a bit of alumni in the US who have been helping, and one of my friends, Kendall Rez, Coach Kendall Rez, has asked me to come and Dion lend a hand, come and give some support, and I'm really happy to be here.
No, I mean, there's so many kids in this club. I mean, there are so many kids in this camp. Tell us a little what you see as being as an experienced footballer and assistant.
Right, so obviously when you watch your kids play, you will see obviously lots of talent. Trinidad and Tobago has abundance of talent. It's what we do with the talent that matters. And I think Dada has been doing a fantastic job. He has many players who has gone on to national youth teams. Some have even done well in the academics and gone on to get scholarships. And so I think he's really getting a good mix together. They are also put, as Edwin talked about, they're putting things in place to really grow the club and really get the parents on board. There are many, many parents here today who are supporting the kids. So I think this augurs well for a great future for the club.
I've seen Trendsetters Hawks, I see them and the tournament?
Well, it's one thing to do training, but eventually the kids want to play games. So taking the kids out to play games is important. They're meeting other kids, making new friends. It's not just about winning. It's not just about winning. It's about development. It's about learning how to interact, seeing different communities. I mean, coming in Barataria, they normally train in Savannah. Coming here in different communities, just meeting different people. So they're getting a really holistic development.
Well, again, from inception, the players in East Port of Spain, they love football, right? And at the end of the day, this organization, we go any part of Trinidad and Tobago to play. We have been to Palo Seco, to Siparia, to San Fernando, to Tobago, and in order for players to develop that competitive spirit, they need to play, right? And the more they play is the more they learn, right? My coach always used to say, the greatest teacher of the game is the game itself, right? And wise children is playing. You get to see what it is they need, their mistakes, their strong point, their weak point, and you could actually grow on that, right? So we will go anywhere to our football to play. Right, so once at a competition somewhere, we are invited to go. Sometimes we take 3, 4, 5 teams, right? Even the last Republic Cup in 2019, we had about 7 teams in that Republic Cup competition, right? 2 in each division, right? And I think 1 in the what I would call in the elite under 17, right? Out of 7 teams. We won the under 11, we won the under 13, we lost in the quarterfinals in the under 15, and we won the under 17 elite. So basically what you're seeing is once we have that competitive spirit and move on, that is what is going to take us further and further into what it is we want to do in terms of reaching the next level, where is professional football actually where everybody is looking to go. Those who have the academics, like a lot of them we have, because we have at least 2 or 3 of them this year in the SCA coming in the top 80 something position. So again, football is most of them kids' life. They love to play the football, they enjoy the game, and all we're doing is providing that avenue for them to do what it is they love to do.
I see most of the coach, discipline is the first thing they look at. Tell us about, I see you have counselors, and then you have the coaches, and all that. Tell us how that work out.
Well, I think it worked out pretty fine, right? Actually, one of our lines in our motto is together we play, together we stay, together we win with love and discipline. So any player want to move on to a higher level, he must display some form of discipline. And the most important discipline that they want to have to display is self-discipline. So if you have training for 9 o'clock, you know you have to be there by 8:30 and be ready to go on the football field, right? Discipline is what is going to carry you. As my coach used to say, your attitude is going to determine your altitude. But one of the things that we also learn is that the 3 Ds, dedication, discipline, and determination, right? So the 3 Ds is what we work by here: determination, dedication, and discipline. And the biggest D is discipline.
Vice President, tell us, you see, this is a camp. I've seen much camps other than this one, maybe a few of them. Tell us how this came about, and how hard it was to put together something like this.
Actually, this camp came about as a result of previously the children was enrolled in the Tiger Tank tournament camp on the 18th and 19th of this month. And that camp was canceled a few days before it was scheduled to be held. And as a result, we did not want to disappoint the children. So we had 10 days in which to put this, what you see here, together, right? It was a challenge, but nonetheless, we arrived alive. And I think our execution was high in the 90s in terms of getting it right. And we had 100 plus children turn out, right? So before we had originally set out target for 100, and I think we crossed that, maybe 118 to 120 children that actually attended the camp in the last 2 days.
When we talk about we have how much? We have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 set of disciplines, young people here. I mean, what that does to football, you're looking at the young people. The football, how that will develop the football. Well, you put different age groups.
Well, based on the different age bands that I see Coach Dada has them, and I think they're appropriately placed. So having the correct age band is very, very important. Having the discipline, we can't stress again how important having discipline is. I travel around the country and I look at lots of different organizations, lots of different tournaments, and I have to be honest, one of the things that's lacking is discipline. So with having discipline, dedication, determination, these are life skills, not only for football, but for off the field as well. So obviously they come here for football, but if they can learn other life skills, I think it's really, really important.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, we want to talk about the sponsors. Right, yeah. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the sponsors that help us, that partner with us, that invest in us to make this possible. Republic Bank. We want to thank Republic Bank very much. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. We also want to thank Nestles. We want to also thank Angostura. As we speak, we're standing under some of the tents provided by Angostura and so forth. We also want to thank Maritime. Maritime also sponsored us. We also want to thank Nikomi. We want to thank Holiday Food, Sunshine Snacks, sorry. And we also want to thank the parents, the alumni, the membership, and all the supporters and well-wishers that joined forces here to make up, all the people that helped prepare the foods, even the guys who went for ice and all the little bits that made this possible, all the efforts, the people, right? And again, we want to end by saying unity is strength, and this would have been the display of what we saw today.
Now we have see a lot of
Mike.
supporters, and you have staff and all these things. I mean, that's a big bite to bring out and to get together, to put together.
Yes, it was a tremendous effort, but again, the first line of our motto is unity is strength. So we showed our unity today. We made the call. We had 10 days to do it, and we did it. We called everybody rally. Everybody answered the call when we made it happen. Even when I added in some other sponsors, I think I forgot, Mycon was one of the sponsors that came out for us strong and so forth. So the idea here was we really got an opportunity to see what we could do once everybody puts our mind to it and see what is possible. And in this effort, we really want to thank, again, the membership and the parents, the alumni, and all the supporters that stood with us to make this possible.
Well, obviously because of the COVID affected a lot of players not being able to play. But I want to say that it shouldn't really be about competition, because we can't ask the kids to compete if their bodies are not properly prepared. And I've seen a lot of people actually gone out and done a bunch of competitions way too early. Way too early. It should be about developing the kids, make sure their bodies physically prepared, and then learning the game, learning how to play, learning how to compete, then learning how to win. Because what happens with our tournaments in Trinidad and Tobago, you find a lot of teams put a lot of emphasis on winning. Yes, winning is good, it builds self-esteem and so, but it's about developing properly. Because the big win for me is when the players get onto a national youth team, when they excel, when they become better people, right? So that I think is much more important than actually, yes, the winning is good and kids feel good to be part of a team that is winning, but I think it's more important about their overall development. That to me is really the big win. Not many of them going to be Dwight Yorks. Not many going to be Latapis. Not many going to be Maley Johnsons and Yayas. And so there are kids here obviously want to go to the next level, but if we can help them to become better people, that to me I think is more important. Or I should say also important.
I'm telling her, wait till Mr. Let me hold all my doors. When I go in there, I say, Dominic, I will not come. Say, what you need? I said, me 100 cases. She say, you want me to drop it to you or you have a drop? I said, I can't give it a drop. How long that took? Alright? And we still on the drop to them and see what it is. Alright? When I have to get my guys, I'm the bunting and so, what you want to do? I said, to be honest, I'm making a signal. Give me the bunting and put it up, and I'm also going to put your logo on my shirt. Go ahead with me. Alright, I go to Mahmoud and there with Gatorade. Gatorade is liquid. I'm going to pick my color Gatorade.
Councillors, all councillors, please be reminded to have your kids guided accordingly. You're going to lose points there too as well.
Quick.
You want to go over
Well, go over. Amir, come.
Hey, you come in. Come,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The rest is yours. Come in.
Right.
Right, so this is your group. Your group. Right. You're taking them. You're taking them up there. Tony, nice up. Let's see some of them boys playing here, please. Make it changes now. Green! Yellow! Red! Orange! Purple! Dance, dance, dance! Green! Speed up, change directions. Turns, outside, inside foot, turns, turns, turns. Yellow! Yellow! A bit slower, not walking, not walking. A bit slower. Red! Orange! Red! Orange! Red! Purple! Red! Green! Red! Green! Yellow! Yellow! Red! Purple! Dance, 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 dance! Dance! Orange! 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 Red! Orange! Red! Green! Red! Purple! Purple! Red! Green! 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 Two turns, green! Green! Orange! Toe taps, toe taps. Alright. Red! Purple! Green! Green! Close control, close control. Two turns, left. Right, you ready? Right, blue team, blue team, blue team. Okay. Yeah. stop paying by now, eh? It stopped paying you by now? Follow me, everybody, follow me. Follow me. Yeah. Follow me. No. Oh, no, don't run. Hello, don't run. Hold to the grass and you can put your arms up. Right?
Very important person that told you guys are extremely important and took his time to come up and be with you all today. So I'm going to ask you guys to make sure that you show him a amount of respect, okay? And he was there at the camp that we recently had. He showed up. Many of you guys already know him. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Dion, and he's going to kind of take charge from now. But remember, no talking unless you're instructed to speak. Team White is leading. Team White is not leading by much, and any one of you guys can catch them at the end of the next 2 hours. It's all about teamwork. Okay? Leon?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I only heard 10 players. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Right, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dion Lafoucault. I'm the former technical director of the Trendsetters Football Association. I had a coaching school here in Trinidad, and I then moved abroad to work as a director of coaching and a technical director for clubs in the States. I returned to Trinidad to work with the Football Association, and I did that for a little while. I'm going to ask you guys to say something for me, and I want you to say it like you really mean it. So we're going to say it 3 times at first. I want everybody to go. When I tell you to go, you're going to go, I have greatness inside of me. Right? So you're going to point at yourself. Ready? 3, 4. I have greatness inside of me. Right, so I want you to say it 2 more times. Go. I have greatness inside of me. I have greatness inside of me. Right, how many of you that felt a little bit strange saying that to yourself? I love your honesty, son. Well done. Love your honesty. Right, hands down. You actually do have greatness in you. So now we're going to say it 5 more times. 5 more times. But this time I want you to say it as loud as you can, and I really want you to mean it. And the counselors are going to join you also. Ready? 3, 4. I have greatness inside of me. 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 Well done. I don't want you guys to ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. If you have greatness in you, how are you going to act? Good. Brilliant. You're going to act like you have greatness in you. And that's not only in football, that is also for your academics. Whatever you do, you act like you have greatness in you, it's going to eventually come out. It's going to come out. Right in front of me here, I am sure we have national players. I'm sure we have players who are going to represent their high schools, right, their colleges, universities. I am sure about that. There are going to be players in front of me here that are going to represent Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody may not, because there are many people around Trinidad and Tobago that want to do that. Right? But that will make your club very proud, make your parents proud. So I want to wish you guys all the best. I want to commend all the organizers of this camp. As I walked in, the first thing I said to myself, wow, this is very organized. Very, very organized. So counselors and students, I want to give all the organizers and the coaches a very, very big round of applause.
What's happening? Team White, the counselors need to say exactly what you guys say today. And we want just now. So we're going to take the loudest counselor and decide who's going to get the points here. So we're going to start with Team White. Who's the counselors for Team White? Counselors for Team White, you need to stand up. Okay? Are you ready? You know what you're saying? Tonight, you know what you're saying? Okay. You guys listen to who's the loudest counselor. Are we ready? Team White, let's go.
I have greatness inside of me.
All right. Now let's see if Team Orange are ready to be louder than that. We're going to go with Team Orange now. Who's our counselors in orange? Counselors in orange. One. Isaiah, you orange, right? Are you ready? Let's go.
I have greatness inside of me.
Okay. You guys listening right? There's the loudest ones. We're going with blue. Blue counselor. You might be losing.
I have greatness inside of me.
Okay, we'll give you 1 point since you're by yourself. We'll give you 1 point. We'll give you 1 point if you're... Orange, did you went? Okay.